Hi, it's Lucy, and today I'm here to do my June TBR. First, if you haven't seen my last video, go watch that, because technically I was gonna put what I said in that video in this video, but then it was too long, so I made it a new video. Black Lives Matter, I will have the same resources in the description box of this video, or maybe slightly different resources. I will have resources if you want to support what is currently going on in America. June is Pride Month and Caribbean Heritage Month. I am not doing any readathons this month, but I am going to try and incorporate books by Caribbean authors and by LGBTQ plus authors into my TBR this month, and generally books by Black authors I'm incorporating into my TBR this month. Well, I always incorporate books by Black authors, but especially this month. Just want to put that out there. These recommendations, I mean, they're not really recommendations, this is just what I'm planning on reading this month, but if you are looking, like, people look at TBRs and they're like, oh, I also want to read that. If you, for some reason, are coming to my channel for ways to be better at being, basically, I'm trying to say these are not books specifically I would recommend if you're trying to actively learn how to be a better ally, but the books that I mentioned that are by Black authors featuring Black characters, I would recommend for people like me who are Black looking for more lighthearted books that aren't about the struggle, or some of these aren't lighthearted, but they're not like Black Lives Matter books. Most of these, except for one, if you are not Black and you're looking for like books that will teach you things and like specifically, then there are plenty of resources for that. You can do research. That's the whole point of all these videos that everyone is making. Do your own research. So just getting that out of the way. I also want to mention that there are a bunch of readathons due to what I just said, the June being multiple types of months. There are a bunch of readathons going on, and I just want to shout them out. I'm not doing any readathons this month because I don't want to structure my reading that way this month. So some of the readathons are the Caribathon, Read Caribbean, which are both for Caribbean Heritage Month, and as a second generation Haitian American woman, I just want to shout those out. It always feels weird to say I'm a woman. I'm 23 years old and I'm still not used to it. There's also the Throwbackathon, and there's the Read Your Gaze Readathon. I will have information about all those readathons also in the description box if you're interested. Next, I'm going to talk about something that I do every month, almost every month. I have my random picks where I take a random number generator and comments that you guys leave on my videos and choose 3 books off of my Goodreads TBR and try and read at least one of them. So this month's random picks are Women Talking by Miriam Toews. This is about a village of Mennonite women. I am not actually sure what that is, but basically in this society, women are not allowed rights, and something was happening where the women in the village were getting sexually assaulted by the men. They kind of send all the men out of the town, or they have their own secret meeting. I'm not sure, I don't really remember, and they talk about it. And it is all being written down by a man that they trust, because in this village society, women are also not allowed to read and write. Undead Girl Gang by Lily Anderson. Lily Anderson is an Afro-Puerto Rican woman. This follows a girl whose best friend dies, and she does some kind of witchcraft to try and bring her best friend back because it was like ruled a suicide, and she doesn't believe that her best friend would commit suicide, so she tries to bring her best friend back, and in the process she brings back like 3 other girls as well, who it turns out that their deaths were connected, and they have to like figure out who killed them. I think it's more lighthearted than that. I've heard medium things about this. I've heard good things and I've heard bad things. And the last random pick I have is Just for Clicks by Kara McDowell. I received an ARC of this a long time ago. I won it in a giveaway, and then I never read it. It actually came out over a year ago now, so yeah. But this is about twin sisters whose mom runs like a mommy blog, and so the twins end up getting famous because their mom like posts about them, and it's about like that journey. So those are my random picks. Of those 3, I'm probably gonna read Just for Clicks because I do have a physical copy that I have been putting off for a long time, and I'm also gonna try and read Undead Girl Gang. Next, I have 2 arcs that I want to try and get to in June. One of them has already come out, and I actually talked about it last month and I didn't get to it then, and the other one comes out in July. So the first one is A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow. Like I said, I talked about this in my May TBR. This is an urban fantasy where sirens are real, other like paranormal mythical creatures are real. And we follow two best friends, both of whom are Black, and one of them is a siren. After a siren murder trial rocks the nation, we follow them as they deal with the aftermath of that. And the only reason that I think that I might not read this is because it is so close to what is happening right now. It was always meant to be close to what's going on, but like we're currently in the middle of a protest. So I don't know if I personally can handle reading about it. I don't know. I did start it. We'll see how it goes. It did come out last month and I did get an arc of it, so I do want to try and read it. And the second arc that I have is Cinderella is Dead by Kayla Barron. This is set 200 years after Cinderella has found her prince. And I guess this fairy tale world has become some kind of dystopian society where teen girls are now forced to go to the ball, where the men choose their wives based on the girl's display of finery. And if a suitable match is not found, the girl is never seen again. So we follow 16-year-old Sophia, who would much rather marry her best friend than any prince she meets at a ball. And then when Sophia goes to the ball, she makes the decision to flee and she ends up in Cinderella's mausoleum, where she meets Constance, the last known descendant of Cinderella. And together they vow to bring down the king once and for all. And through the process, they learn more about Cinderella's story than they could have ever known. Both of the main characters in this book are queer, according to Goodreads. I don't really know how that factors in. I don't know if this is a love story between Constance and Sophia. I'm not sure about that, but I know that this falls under that umbrella. This comes out on July 7th. Next, we just have some other books that I want to read. First, let's talk about like the novels, and then I have some graphic novels that I want to mention because this is also going to be a month of graphic novels, because last month I discovered that Hoopla has so many graphic novels that Overdrive/Libby does not have, and I went a little crazy last month. I'll talk about that in my May wrap up, but I'm gonna continue that graphic novel craze this month. But first, two regular books. Sense of Fun Age by Kylie Reed. I have had this on my TBR for a while, and I have just started it. I'm on like page 30. I'm on page 36, chapter 3. I'm enjoying it so far. This follows two characters, a white blogger who now has two kids, and one night her house ends up in an incident, and she calls her nanny, the other, or I guess more main perspective. I think it follows them equally, I'm not sure. But her nanny/babysitter is an African-American Black woman named Emira. And so she calls her babysitter, Emira, after this incident to come pick up her older child so that she's not there for like the aftermath of dealing with the incident. And Emira tells the family that she is like dressed for the club and that she's had drinks, and they're like, it's fine, we just want her out of the house. So Emira comes, picks up the kid, and they go to like a neighborhood grocery store. It sounds like Whole Foods, and they like are just having fun with the kid. She's like 3 years old or something. Then they're having too much fun, so a security guard accuses Emira of kidnapping the child, and it becomes a whole thing, and they have to call the dad of the family to come and straighten things out. That's like the inciting incident. And then we follow Alex, who's the white blogger, and her dealing with white guilt. And I think we're just seeing Emira, like, it's kind of a coming of age thing, because I think she's like my age or like 20, like slightly older than me. So it's like an older coming of age, I guess. I'm not really sure, but it sounds interesting. I'm liking it so far. The Stars and the Blackness Between Them by Junauda Petrus. This is about a Trinidadian girl who gets sent to Minneapolis because her strict religious mother finds out about her secret girlfriend. And so once she gets to America, she meets a new girl, and this is kind of their love story, as one of them ends up getting sick, and it's about like how they deal with all of that. And so lastly, I'll talk about the graphic novels that I currently have checked out from the library. Lumberjanes, A Midsummer's Night Scheme, and Lumberjanes, Somewhere That's Green. Ooh, that rhymes. But these are both like Lumberjanes one-shots. I'm basically almost done with the Lumberjanes like regular issues that are currently out now. I have like, I think 10 more single issues, but the Hoopla app only has them as single issues, and you're only allowed to take out 10 books at a time. So I'm probably gonna spread out the rest of the like original storyline over the next few months, because I do want to borrow other books other than Lumberjanes. So for now I have these one-shots. I don't know what either of them are about, but Lumberjanes as a series is about a group of girls at a summer camp that has like a lot of paranormal things going on. It is a diverse group of characters. One of the characters is a trans girl. Two of the characters are in a relationship, so there's an FF romance. There's a non-binary character that's introduced. Lots of LGBTQ plus content, as well as they are racially and ethnically diverse, the group of that are featured in the stories. Teen Titans Raven, which is written by Cami Garcia and illustrated by Gabriel Piccolo. This I think is a retelling of Raven's story in like the DC Comics world. And then I have Paper Girls Volume 5 and 6, written by Brian K. Vaughan and illustrated by Cliff Chang. These are the last 2 volumes in the Paper Girls series, so I'm looking forward to finishing the series. This also features an ethnically / racially diverse group of girls, as well as one of the girls is a lesbian. And lastly, I also have Bingle Bingle. I also have Bingo Love out from the library. I have heard lots of good things about this story. It's like a regular graphic novel, not part of a series, and this follows 2 older women who kind of reconnect as they met when they were younger, but at the time lesbian relationships, female-female relationships were not as safe, so they parted ways and then they reconnect when they're older. So those are all the books that I'm going to mention in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. If you want to see me talk more about books, I have many social medias. They are all linked in the description box down below, as well as many other links that I have mentioned throughout the video. I think that's all I have to say. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Next, I have 2 arcs that I received. I did not write when they come out because I am an idiot.